Good evening, everyone. Let's start the session with a school song.
It all just feels like a dream to me, to find a school so true. And I know it's all in make-believe when I picture a school like you. The one thing that I learned from you is that I can make my dreams come true. Someday when I wake up to find memories of Billabong in my mind, imagine how that could be. Imagine how that could be. T for teamwork, E for empowerment, N for mutual respect, P for passion, I for integrity, A for accountability. Billabong high, Billabong high, Billabong high, you know you can fly. Billabong high, you can touch the sky. Billabong high, Billabong high. We have aspiration over ambition. In our minds we have rhythm, courage and humanity. What makes us Billabong high is we believe we can touch the sky. Billabong high, Billabong high, Billabong high, you know you can fly. Billabong high, you can touch the sky. Billabong high, Billabong high, Billabong high, you know you can fly. Billabong high, touch the sky.
A very good evening to everyone. I, Anya Darka from grade 8,
And I, Shambhu Tripathi from grade 8,
welcome you all on the digital platform of Billabong Inspires Talk series.
on behalf of Billabong High International School, we would like to thank all the parents for their support and work towards our school.
Billabong Inspires Talk series initiative will bring together working parents from various fields of expertise. They will share their life experiences which will help motivate and inspire the students towards achieving their goals.
BHIS strongly believe in the core values which inform your thoughts, decisions, and actions and help you align your career or life path towards what's important to you. They are essential foundation in finding your life purpose because they remind us and others who we truly are.
BHIS core values are diligence, hardworking, persistent, resilient, service, generosity, enterprise or charity, leadership, stewardship, compassion, kind, empathetic, humble, resourcefulness, creative, risk taker, dynamic, outward looking, commitment to a large community, a family, a belief system, cultural models, sustainability, environment and integrity, honest, trustworthy, modest, and respectful.
Billabong Inspires Talk series all geared up today for an interesting and enlightening session with our speaker, Mrs. NAVPREET Kaur, who will be taking us through her life journey.
Mrs. NAVPREET Kaur is currently working as an interior designer in Kanpur with her mother-in-law under the name of Keystone Interiors. She graduated from the Demont University, Leicester, UK. She has a BA Hons in Interior Architecture and a Master's in Design Management.
Her knowledge of management of the various aspects of a successful organization is an asset. She moved to India in 2009 from the UK and since then expanded Keystone Interiors by bringing in a fresh approach to design, especially with her computer-aided skills.
Now, without much ado, we would like to welcome our guest speaker for the day, Mrs. NAVPREET Kaur.
Can you all hear me? Good evening.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Well, first of all, that was very nice of how you girls introduced yourselves and very well done. So you guys want me to talk about myself first?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm a interior designer. I'm an interior architect, and I'm running my own firm right now. So when I started very early at the age of 22, working in the design world, initially in Europe. So it's very different. Initially, when you moved here, you have to learn. Design techniques are very different. You have to learn, and design keeps changing all the time. So you have to keep learning. Design is not something you can just learn and then you can, just make it happen. You have to keep learning all the time. And interior design is a field that you have to, where design keeps evolving every year. So you see around the whole world, design is always changing, modern, contemporary, and some colonial design. And, so it's design also has a lot of history if you ever read about it. So if you girls ever have time, all you students have time, you must read about how design has evolved over the years, from classical to modern to art deco to now there's neo-modern, there's all kinds of things going on around you. So you must always see and keep reading people that are interested in interior designing. Also, when I was young and I learned to sketch. I never learned on computers initially. So when I was learning my interior architecture course, then computer design was not so popular. Everyone did hand sketching, and we used to use a sketch table, a tea table, where everything was made to scale and everything was designed on a sketchboard, furniture and maps and, bathrooms and living rooms, and everything was sketched by hand. And it was done on a 1 to 100 actual scale size. And then I guess as design evolved, I was still doing by final year, then computers had become very big thing. So initially it was 3D AutoCAD. That was around 2004. AutoCAD had become very popular. So the new world was learning how to use AutoCAD design. And that was the only design app that, you could use at that time. And there wasn't many. Now there's many. There's like SketchUp, there's Photoshop, and there's Coral, and but initially it was just that. So we all learned how to make 3D views on a very different scale. So would
Thank
you
you,
guys
ma'am.
like? Yes, so now you want to ask me a few things? Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. We would like to ask you a few questions related to your journey and your work. Also, students can ask their questions by writing in the chat box.
Okay.
Ma'am, firstly, I would like to ask what inspires you to be an interior designer and who is your inspiration?
I was inspired to be an interior designer because I had a mentor when I was doing, initially I was learning how to I was doing a very open art course. So I had a mentor who told me you should design what you like. So initially when you are sketching and you're learning and you're being free, and I realized I really enjoyed doing furniture, and I used to make little sketches, hand sketches and 3D models of furniture. And I would make little sofas, little tables and little beds and do up a whole room with a cardboard box. So that's when I really decided I wanted to do interior designing. And I started reading and following a lot of magazines. There was a design magazine called The Frame, which I used to follow every month. And then I decided that this is something that I want to do because I find it very interesting. And I think who I am really inspired by, one of a very good designer. He's an English designer called Christopher Guy. And exquisite design, which I really admire his work, and I always follow him and see what is new. And yeah, he was really inspired me. Then I was excited to start a new journey and go down the interior design path and not just do art and sketching and make a real career out of it.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, how do you know when an interior designer is good?
No interior designer is good or bad, I think. You have to really have your own style. If you ever read about designers, there's if you ever, for example, if you read about Christopher Guy, if you read about all these English designers, they all have a certain style, right, which they work in. Even in India, if you look at designers, they all work in such a different manner. So there's a certain style that everybody follows in different regions of the world, and that is okay. So no one is a bad designer. Everyone has their own design thoughts. And if you want to know who is a really good designer, somebody that does create something on their own. They are not waiting to create something that somebody else has done, or they are copying. A good designer is something who did something on his own or her own, and that what is a good designer, and is free with their mind, and that is to me, that's a really good designer, someone who just does something from their own mind and not waiting for somebody's approval, because that is real design.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, do you have experience working with creative software programs to draw design blueprints for a space?
Yes, so we do a lot of AutoCAD is I'm sure you all students know, AutoCAD is very widely used to make normal drawings for like representing room drawings and representing furniture drawings or whatever. But then there is 3D Autodesk, where you can make real 3D models of a house. So it will be portrayed as what it will look like. So we get to do things like that. Then we can do, real kind of modeling on a program called SketchUp also now. So it's fun. You get to learn so much, because now there's lots of new programs. Now interior architects only learn SketchUp. So, they don't learn all these automated, and earlier they were more mathematical kind of programs. Now they are not so. Now they're much more easier. You just have to pull lines and they sketch up. When AutoCAD was invented, I think because it was so new, it was a very mathematic program. You had to put all the figures and all the numbers, and that's how it was. So yeah, so it's fun to learn new programs all the time. It's becoming easier.
Amazing. Ma'am, why did you choose Billabong for your kids?
I chose Billabong because I feel it's the opportunity to be free. It lets your mind decide what you want to do. It's not a school where it tells you that you should do this, and you should be good at maths, and you should be good at English, and you should only get good marks in language and Hindi. So I think what is nice about Billabong, you can follow what you enjoy, and you are given that opportunity. I think every student at Billabong, if I can ask you guys, you all given the opportunity to do what you like, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So you get to really follow your heart. You don't have to do what everyone has to be good at. You get to be free, which is nice. Good to think differently.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, what are your company's goals and how do you advertise your business?
We do a lot of social media. We have a website which you can look at. It's www.keystoneInteriors.co.in. Then we do a lot of now Instagram is a new way of advertising. Then you get to do hoardings. Then you get to do We do a lot of you can do a newspaper ad. So, we do get a lot of, you get to advertise through all kinds of media, but I think a lot of people come to you because they know that you will give them, the end result will be good.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, has a client ever been dissatisfied with your work, and how did you respond to that?
Yes, you always do experience something like that. There's always someone that is not happy with the end result, or feels it's not as glamorous, or it's not as what they want to be. So how you deal with things like that, you have to, what I have learned over the years, you have to be very patient, understand your client's mind, understand what they want, and you have to get inside their mind. Like I told you, design is very open, and it has lots of aspects. It's not just a set design. So you have to understand what that person enjoys, and you have to design according to their taste. It's not about mine. It's about the person that's going to live there. So you understand them and you learn about them as you're working with them. And if you ever are in a situation like that, you have to correct it and maybe rework on some things that they didn't like. So that's how you deal with not difficult, but people that are unhappy.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, what has been your favorite project to date and why? And which project you are working on at the moment?
Okay, so are you guys going to play a slideshow for me? Yes? So one of my favorite projects has been from our company is Mocha. So Mocha is an old British heritage building, which was maybe built in the 1800s. And what was fun, because we restored architecturally, we stored all the arches, all the windows, all the open to sky, and all the high ceilings of 20 feet. So it was so much fun. It was like a jigsaw puzzle, and putting things together. And all these walls were limestone. There's no brickwork. So, breaking the walls, everything was so much fun. It was like trying to understand what you are really doing when you are doing a project like this. So there's one wall, I want to see the orange wall. We did the old map of Kanpur. So it shows all the famous places of old Kanpur, Lal Imli, and the railways. And so it was a really fun project because we kept the old look. We did all the things that were back in the 1800s with the art deco interiors and textures and materials, and it was a very fun project, one of my favorite. And recently we are all still working on a lot of commercial projects, restaurants only. There's a Punjabi Chap, if you all ever go there, we just completed in Lajpat Nagar, and we're working on a sari showroom, which is very fascinating.
Amazing, ma'am. Ma'am, what changes have you made to your business strategies over the past few years?
I think you have to become more professional. I have learned. You have to work in a manner that everyone understands, everyone can follow, and follow up every other day when you're working on a project. You cannot just say, okay, I've done that work and I can relax. You have to follow up every other day, make sure that it's got done and you are happy and it's going in the right direction. Because sometimes on the spot, what happens, you have to change design because it's not working. So you change the whole design background, the whole design. You're going back to scratch one at sometimes, because this is what happens when you're not happy with something.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, what do you see the future of design?
Design. I feel design will keep evolving, and old design will always keep coming back. I believe Art Deco will come back. it's coming. I think it's already come back, and then modern design is fading out. So I feel all that design was back then in the 18th century is now coming back. So it's fun because design keeps changing. You never know. If you all students read about interior designing, every year design changes. And that's the fun thing. You're always learning. You can never stop learning when you're designing.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, if a student wanted to enter the field, what advice would you give them?
I would want them just to be free-minded and do what you think. There is no right or wrong in design. You just have to do what you think is great, and what design is about being free and opening your mind and not trying to copy design. Just do design the way you would like it to be.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, do you have any closing thoughts regarding the session?
I think it was a good session. I was very nervous because I don't generally do things like this, but I'm very happy I did this. I think I got to learn a lot also from you young students. And I want to thank you girls. You have been great, and it's so nice to see Billabong students making people like us also evolve and do presentations and talks, which probably we would never do. So thank you very much, girls. That was great.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, now we would like to read questions from the chat box.
Okay. Want me to read questions that I can do? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So the first question is, what design services do you offer?
We offer from we do from scratch. We do from planning to spatial planning to the architectural facade to the interior, basically everything from scratch. We will guide you from step to step and do what you think is whatever you will give us the design brief, and we will do it from scratch, whether it's the elevation, whether it's the building. So we do all services from A to Z. We have an in-house team of designers, architects, a construction engineer. So we do everything from scratch, which is great. And we even have a furniture workshop where we manufacture furniture ourselves. So we have a huge design team from beginning to end.
And the next question is, how do you decide which projects are good fit for you and your firm?
Normally, I'm very interested in commercial projects. So I really love doing commercial projects, and I would never say no. I like doing residential projects also, but I would probably choose a commercial project over a residential any day.
Ma'am, another question is, do you have a favorite designer and why do you like their designs?
Sorry?
Ma'am, another question is, do you have a favorite designer and why do you like their designs?
I do. So, like I told you earlier, my favorite designer is a company called Baker Company, and they have a very English feel. It's a lot of wood and a lot of carving kind of design. So I like a lot of Baker design, which is my favorite. And Baker Design is a English firm which has a lot of old designers. Even Christopher Guy is one of them. They all work as a team, 5-6 designers, and I love their work. So you must check out Baker Company furniture. It's really something worth looking at.
And the next question is, what elements define your style and where do you find inspiration?
I find inspiration from everywhere. I think from all kinds of places, from traveling, from reading books, to reading magazines, to reading about different design. And recently I've been started reading up on landscape design. So you can find inspiration anywhere around you, from people, talking to people, you really can get inside their brains and understand how they look at design. So you're always learning, I feel, and I'm always happy to do research and read more and see other designers who have evolved over the years. So yes, I'm always learning because I have to always keep updating myself also in a way in the design world.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, Pankhari Goyal wants to ask you that what are your hobbies except designing?
I like to read. I like to watch a lot of TV, movies. I like to go hiking. I like to go on holiday. I like to do lots of things. But I like reading and watching a lot of movies, I think I do. Yes, so I do all that. And I have 2 children, which I enjoy spending time with. So yes.
And the next question is, what do you find most challenging about designing a home?
Most challenging. The homes that I like the most, which are a jigsaw puzzle, where you have to put everything together and it's just a flat thing and making it all come together from a flat space, which I really enjoy doing. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes,
Hello?
ma'am. Goyal wants to ask that what time can an interior designer take to complete a 3 BHK flat?
A 3 BHK, up to 6 months. 6 months. 6 months max.
Ma'am, another question is what types of countertop materials you can use to design a kitchen?
You can use Korean, you can use granite. I wouldn't suggest marble because it gets a lot of marks and it does. I think we do a lot of Indian cooking and we use haldi, so it stains. So it's better use granite or these. Now you're getting Korean, then you're getting now there's new material called, you get certain boards which you can laminate and you can also use them. So you get there's a lot of new material that you can just, now there's a full body tile also, which you can use. It doesn't stain and you can maintain it in Indian kitchens. So yes, these are the things. Except marble, you can use anything else.
Awesome. And the next question is, what is the difference between interior design and interior decoration?
Interior decoration is when you are doing accessories, putting flowers, putting little pots, putting flowers, putting frames. That's what interior designer does. Space planning, where furniture should be, in what direction the furniture should be. So they're 2 very different. So we also do provide that service in office interior to decorate, where you can get one of our team members to put everything in place for you, put your books in place, tell you where to put your artwork. So advising you where everything should be to make your place look complete, how to put out carpets. That's the difference. So one is space planning and one is really making it look complete.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, another question is that what type of wood do you mostly use for your home?
Sorry?
Ma'am, another question is that what type of wood do you mostly use for designing?
We only try to use shisha for furniture that we make because it's very last longing and you can use it for up to 50, 60 years. Every furniture that we make is very good quality furniture. And for wardrobes and all, now we use waterproof material instead of shisham wood, because things with what is in wardrobe areas, you do get demarc and you do get leakages in your walls. So we only use wood to make furniture now. Now you get a lot of waterproof material, which we use to make things around the walls and work with walls.
Yes, ma'am. And the next question is, what types of countertop materials you can use to design a kitchen?
A kitchen, we've already done that, right? I've already answered that question. Want me to answer it again?
No, ma'am, no need. We can go on to the next question that says, how can you use the space in your balcony or veranda for a garden?
For a garden, you can get something called turf, which is locally available on 80 Feet Road. You can just put turf and you'll get ready-made plants also there. And you can do up your garden and you can do net lawn around it. You can make it look very pretty.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it's time for some fun element. It's quiz time. Students
Yeah.
will get 10 seconds for each question and they're requested to write their answers in the chat box.
The first question is, use of the same element like pattern, color, texture, line, or any other element, or even more than one element, more than once throughout a space is what? And the options are
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
the correct option is B, repetition given by Akshaj.
The next question is, what of the following is an artificial source of light? The options are
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
the correct option is all of the above given by Akshat Raj.
The next question is, career planning includes, and the options are
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
and the correct option is C, thinking about positive and negative aspect of career.
The next question is, what color does the sky appear to be when it rains? The options are
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
the correct answer is option D, gray.
The next question is, which of the following is not a character of space? And the options are
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
and the correct option is D, direction given by Brian Benjamin.
The next question is, in lightning design, what is the measure of color temperature? The options are
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
the correct answer is option A, Kelvin.
The next question is, the sense of movement that smoothly leads one's eye from an area to another in an architectural design is called, and the options are
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
and the correct option is C, rhythm given by Arman Goyal.
The next question is, what is the throne of Colombes? The options are
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
The correct option is option A, Greek chairs.
The next question is, the famous book, The House in Good Taste, is written by, and the options are
10, 9, 8,
Okay. Just counted.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
and the correct option is D, Elsie the Wolf. Many congratulations to all the winners. Please give clap reactions to all the participants.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We have got so inspired to see your passion towards your work, and I'm sure everyone must have been amazed to get know more about your inspiring journey.
Heartfelt gratitude to our founder and CEO, Mrs. Preeti Agarwal, for initiating such talks, which kindles in us the curiosity to explore more. We convey our heartfelt gratitude to our guest speaker, Mrs. NAVPREET KAUR, for the dynamic talk.
Your feedbacks and suggestion is most important to us for raising the bar all the time. WhatsApp class group will remain open till 5:30 p.m. Parents and students are requested to share their feedbacks and suggestions in the class group.
Thank you so much, everyone, to be a part of this Billabong Inspires Talk series. We shall meet next week on 18th December 2021 at the same time with our next guest speaker. Thank you.
Thank you.